What's the status of the show with Tana? Because Keemstar was tweeting saying that it was canceled.
Yeah, like, where do I start with that conversation? Why do people still trust him as a news source? I don't get it.
So not true?
It's not true at all.
Okay.
It's not true at all. In
on.
fact, the people on set were like, this is the best pilot we've ever filmed in our whole entire lives. Like, blah, 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 blah. And they were just rambling on about how amazing everyone on the show is. But, that's why I don't get, how is he... Like, he could say anything. He could say anything and people would just believe it. And I'm sure there's still, like, a large subset of people. Like, this other guy who wants to fight me. His name's Dylan. And... like he saw that news or like tweeted about it or something. Like I just saw it pop up on my Instagram and he's like, oh, this fucking idiot. And it's just not even true. Like now he looks dumb.
Right.
Like he's trying to hate on me for something that isn't true. And like, I don't know. People just are so quick to want to see other people fail in this society and like jump on cancel culture. And it's like, it's honestly so like, I've just never been negative or like a hater. So like, I just don't get it.
Or like having that be like a monetizable part of your life.
Yeah. Like where did he get that news from?
See, I don't know where he got it from. He was saying it was a tip, like when he tweeted it. So I'm not sure the extent to which he really investigated that
or is
tip.
he just like at home bored and he's like, I'm mad because I hate Jake Paul more than anybody in this world, and I have a platform that hates him too, and I'm just gonna come up with something to drive content and views today. Like,
right. But do you feel like a lot of people really hate the fucking thing with you and Tana? Has that been like a weird source of negativity in terms of people just having their opinions about that?
Yeah. It's weird. Like my fans don't like it more than anything else I've ever seen. Like my fans are like anti us being married, which is weird. But like other than that, like it's like I don't really.
You think her fans are down with it?
I don't think her fans like it either. I think her fan, like both of our fan groups, like argue about it. Like that's the most amount of negative shit I see from it. I think the outside world just like doesn't know what to make of it.
Right. Didn't Billie Eilish unfollow her over it? Or did she just like leave a vomit emoji or something?
Yeah, like I don't know why. I don't know if it was over that, but
that's such a fucking funny thing to imagine Billie Eilish having like, any reaction to that.
Yeah, like why? Like I feel like she'd be so busy, but
just so much shit going on in her life that carved out a little bit of her time.
Fuck you for getting married, you bitch. Unfollow.
That wedding was the best night of my life,
bro. I feel like it wasn't. No. I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Well, it was very much like a TV type wedding because it was like a party, and then tucked away over here, you're like doing the ceremony, and a lot of people didn't even know that was happening at that time. It's just being filmed over here. That was kind of odd.
I thought it went horribly.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the live stream was all fucked up too, right?
Yeah, that was fucked up. And just like. It was all too crowded. There was too many people we didn't think that many people were gonna come, and I was drunk. So like normally when I'm at my own events and like shit's not going wrong, or shit's going wrong, like I'm able to like fix some of it or like problem solve.
But it's totally out of your hands.
So I was just drunk as fuck, and I was just like. Oh, this is dope. And people were like, stand over here. Like I was that drunk. Like I was just like,
it's not your show. So are you kind of in the mentality of like, I'm gonna show up and just they tell me to stand over there, I'm gonna stand there. And
exactly.
Just,
I was like, this is a party, and I was kind of like nervous, and I was just like, I'm attending a party right now, and that's the mindset I took, and I was just like fucking taking shots,
right?
And then it was just all went terribly, and then yeah. I don't really remember much of it.
It was a wild night for me because I was actually hanging out with your mom in the club.
Wow.
I mean, just chatting, like 3 in the morning. She stayed in the club later than me. Like, I'm over here having a chat with the Pamster, and then she's just fucking, or her fans are the Pamsters, right?
Her fans, yeah, my mom has
My fault.
fans.
No,
it's
yeah,
fine.
but I was just hanging. I'm like, this seems really bad that his mom is still kicking it in the. And when I say in the club too, like you guys had this whole like it was like having a big apartment in the club.
Yeah, we had like 4 different sections or some shit.
Yeah, you really don't have to mingle with the common folk at all when you're in that environment. Me and Pam.
But what did you guys fucking talk about? Like what did that like where did that even go?
I don't know. It's probably mostly my girl just talking about the wedding and stuff.
My mom is such an amazing like person and interesting character.
Really?
I love her so much.
You think she's a big part of why you've been successful?
Yeah, for sure. I think for both of my parents, I think they did a really good job of. I mean, I feel like I'm walking into like a comment trap hole on YouTube. Like, I think they did a really good job at raising us, and all the haters are gonna be like, "No, you fucking, they fucking
up.
suck."
Greg,
like I've seen comments before
failed.
where they're like, "Yo, they should have killed the Paul brothers' parents and shit." So, I'm walking into a death trap there, but
yeah, that's all right.
yeah, no, I think like they taught us a lot of great values. Like, even though, like, again, I'm just walking myself into a fucking trap.
No, but do you think your parents like very much kind of raised like the Kanye thing? Like his parents really like raised him to believe that he could be what he wanted to be. Did they sort of give you that mentality? Because a lot of kids don't have that sort of confidence.
Yeah, I think confidence. I think like my dad, like, my dad was very instrumental on like the business side, confidence, hard work. Like he sent us out at, I was probably 13, 14. Logan was 15, 16. And to like mow lawns, snowplow people's driveways. We did the business ourselves. We we had clients and we were like taking care of clients, and he showed us how to work hard, and we would actually like buy, my dad's business was he would buy like a $50,000 house. And by the way, he'd probably only have like $70,000 to his name. So he'd buy a $50,000 house and then spend like $10,000 fixing it, and me and Logan and him would do the work like all through the summer. This would be like every summer, and we'd fix up the whole entire house, and then he would sell the house for like $150K or like something like that. And so we would be working all summer like in the heat, like 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. to fix up the house and like make it dope. And it was hard work. Like these houses were like, it was awful. And so, that taught us to be like humble and appreciate like what we have, because he wasn't even paying us. Like we would just do it because he was our dad.
But did that sort of show you that, like, did you see your family's financial situation change through that hard work? Like, oh, we're gradually making more money over time and like feeling more comfortable because my dad actually put in that work. Because I feel like when you see that as a young kid, that really kind of tells you something like, oh, I'm not stuck where I'm at.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think there was like my dad started to get better and better, and like he started to become more and more comfortable, and then he started to like be able to have money to even like buy things and buy like a car or whatever it was. So yeah, kind of, I guess in hindsight, it's like, yeah, it was like able to see like hard work pays off.
Right.
But my mom just like super, super awesome. Like she's like the loving side of me and like the caring side. And I feel like I'm like a mama's boy. So, we always like, I feel like we always kind of held the family together, because I feel like my brother and my dad were always like causing trouble and like drama and shit like that. And like, we were like the ones who were like able to like reel everyone back in together.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I met your dad at the fight. And he seemed like his guard was very up because he wasn't 100% sure if I was talking to him because I was like a person who talks shit about the family online type thing.
We have so much of that.
He's like very kind of like, he's like, oh yeah, okay, I've seen your stuff.
Yeah.
You seem like a straight up guy, like that kind of thing. Like he was like kind of feeling it out to make sure I wasn't about to like, secretly roast him or some shit. Yeah,
bro, I've had people like literally like secretly like record me in like a conversations and shit.
Really?
Like, yeah, like just like the weirdest shit ever. And like same with my dad, because it's weird. Like my dad has a fucking target on his back too. Like people get mad at Greg Paul.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't know, but he's a good guy.
You know what's kind of interesting to me is to see how, because I feel like the Vlog Squad was like kind of a second like iteration on what you tried to do with Team 10. Like this whole idea of like, I have a poppin' YouTube channel, so I'm going to create like a network of people within that. But he tried to do his like more separate and shit, where it's like, you know, just sort of like a loose group of people, whereas you tried to do the thing with like the house and the people really in the house and like controlling more of a big percentage of it. Does that just seem like a kind of an idea that you don't want anything to do with at this point?
Yeah, like it just doesn't work.
Right.
Like it doesn't work. Like the thing with the Vlog Squad is like, and I saw kind of the progression of it because they all came from Vine. So like they were all successful on their own.
Right.
And they were all talented, and none of them are like signed to anybody. So there's no like business involved. Like I'm sure there's like weird shit with like, you know, like, oh, you're hanging out with this person, or like, I'm sure that it gets like convoluted sometimes. But with me, it's like I set out to create a business, and so there was contracts and business. Like when you mix business and like friendship and like living together, it just like doesn't work out. And the hard part was I was taking people who I saw potential in,
building them up,
like Alyssa Violet, right? Like she was literally like working as like a cashier, and like saw potential in her and helped her launch her career. But then it's like, if they don't know what to do with all of this, like they don't know how to work hard, they don't know how to market themselves, they don't know how to make content, or maybe they're not good at it. Like I'm not saying her as a specific example. Like I think she is fucking dope at making content and shit, but it's a lot to deal with in this world. LA, like getting snaked over, like the clubs, like that's not a thing. Like where most of these kids are coming from. So it was hard for a lot of them to keep their head on straight and stay focused and know what to do with the fame and the money and all of the shit that I was giving, basically handing to them overnight.
And a lot of the it's not that structured. It's not like you're like flying people out to join a fucking video game team and everybody knows what the mission is. The mission is to sit in your room and play video games and get really good at it. It's more like, oh, your job is to go out and be a professional socialite / content creator, basically. Yep. And it's like, what does that turn into? It's like, I don't know, that idea. Like I was so interested watching you try to do it, but I also like having watched it, I really wonder to what extent it's even possible to really do that.
It's not possible. Take it from me. Yeah, no, it's weird. And it's weird because like I also was young. I also was really like young trying to do it. And like, it was also like how I was learning business. There's like really in general, and like how to even deal with investors. Like there's just so much shit that goes into it. And I was so young, and I was also having to like go out and create content. So I couldn't have my control over it like I wanted to. And mixed with the fact that I was vlogging every day. So I would wake up, sole mission is to get the best piece of content that is on YouTube. Do I care about Susie's feelings and why she's upset? No, I don't. Sorry. Like I don't even have time to. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Jake Paul. Make sure to like and subscribe to No Jumper. If you like this clip, make sure to watch the full interview at No Jumper.